Hello, my name is Gary Abson. I write under GD Abson, and this is my writer space. I'll sort of try and keep in camera view here. So I'll give you some clues as to what I write about, unless you're familiar with my stuff. So here we have a picture of the old Soviet Union, and I'm not sure when that's taken. I think it's sort of there, sort of 20s, 30s or something. What you can't see just there is a poster of the Museum of Communism from Prague. And over here, if I just tilt the screen, you've got an Aeroflot poster of Leningrad. So essentially what I do is I write about what used to be Leningrad, and we've got I don't know if you can just see down here, I've got my writing buddy. This is Ned, who's just perked up. So he is, and you can probably hear children running around in the background, and can you hear that? Yeah. So that's my daughter, and my stepson, and my wife's has been on a teleconference call all morning, so you may hear various noises. So this is where I am during the pandemic. Now, but I'm outside. I mean, I live between Bristol and Bath, and we've got brilliant. It's been a brilliant community response to the virus, to the pandemic. So we've had something like 250 people offering to volunteer. So myself, I'm involved on the food bank side of things. So we're getting lots of perishable stuff and packaging them, getting them out to people in need. And on Fridays, predominantly my wife, to be honest, we man a central helpline that's being set up for people in our town, and if they need to get prescriptions or they need to help source where they're going to get food ordered or shopping delivered, if they can't leave the house and various things like that. So I'm also doing that. So that's me. I'll sort of talk briefly about my books. So as I mentioned, they're set in Russia, but mine are modern Russia and St. Petersburg. So I'm just attracted to the idea of a very first of all, I've just always been fascinated by Russia. It's just this, it's just this kind of complete maelstrom of chaos. It's got sort of endemic corruption, it has a sort of mafia, has this sort of labyrinthine politics, has all these sort of kind of layers of sort of security apparatus. And so I have my my detective who sort of spent her teenage years in Germany. Then she's sort of come back, and she's trying she's become a detective, then a sort of senior detective in the Criminal Investigations Directorate in St. Petersburg. And she just wants to sort of get and solve crime, and and she doesn't, she'll sort of basically do whatever she has to do to get to the whoever's responsible, but in a place where that quite often is quite ill-advised. So it's sort of she puts herself in peril constantly trying to do that. So they're my books essentially. Motherland was my first baby, and that was sort of nominated for 2 CWA daggers, the debut in the John Creasy last year. Black Wolf came out in paperback last year. That's my sort of second in the series of Natalia Ivanova. And I'm working on number 3 at the moment. So I'm about sort of 3 chapters in. And it was the series has actually been optioned by Viacom. So there's a sort of production company looking to put something together, and they were planning to, and then get a buy-in from the other networks to obviously bring it to life. So you may see a sort of a Natalia series in the next sort of 2-3 years, and if so, then that is based on these books. So this is me, and this is what I write. And if I could sort of briefly mention David Young, who is this who writes something in a way sort of quite similar to mine, and that he's although it's more successfully, his first book. So I have a few here. So you have a sort of Size Child was When the Sort of Gold Historical Dagger. Now his are East Germany, so he's his detective Karen Muller is in the police force there, and it's sort of set in 1970s going to 1980s East Germany. But the thing is about David Young as well, the author, and he's just, when you're sort of starting out and you're sort of firing off, please review my book and all this. David Young was just fantastic. He was just absolutely generous with his time, and still is. So. So I'm enormously grateful for him for being one of the people to sort of help me get going. So if you can sort of take a look out for David Young's books as well. Brilliant. I'll stop now, but this is welcome to my writer space, and and this is where it all happens. Thank you.